Hi everyone, this is Bernard Bertrand, Lumix Ambassador, and today I'm going to show you how to set your S1 on the Crane tree, the new gimbal from Zhiyun Crane. So here it is, how it looks like at the end, and now there's no battery on it. It's actually charging. As you see, it's pretty well stabilized already. Okay, you have those little locks over there that makes all the setup really easy. So let's jump into it right now. Of course, together with the Atomos V, which is the perfect size to me to work on that kind of gimbal, or also when I'm using the GH5 or GH5S, or now with the S1, placing it right on the top of the camera. It's pretty light, pretty compact, but still it's 1000 nits, so really bright under the sun, and you've got all the tools from Atomos, and also you'll be able to record Apple ProRes. So let's jump right now into the process. You're gonna see it's super easy.
So here it is, how it looks like at the end, and so notice that in that setup I did use the lens that will come probably has a kit lens, the 24 to 105 millimeter. And you're gonna see some footage I did, some sample footage I did in Barcelona, when you are actually changing the focal length 24 millimeter to 105 millimeter. The lens will physically change as you're gonna pull the front lens, and this will change the balance. And I did change the balance by doing so, but changing the focal length while I was shooting without rebalancing the camera on the gimbal, and it still have been able to handle this. So big thumb up Zhiyun Crane for doing such a powerful gimbal. So you see that everything is loose there, but it's already pretty well balanced. So here is the place where you're gonna put the batteries. There's 3 batteries, it lasts forever. So the first step will be to release this little handle there, and you also have that quick release button. And you will have to unlock this and play really gently with the camera front to back to find the proper balance. It goes super easy, but once again, as you see, it's a zoom lens, so a little bit later I will show you when I will be pulling or changing the focal length, and of course the lens will physically change, so it will completely unbalance the crane, but still it will be working perfectly. So it goes really quick. And then you can close the system there. After that, you put the lens up. You're going to balance this axis. We step into phase 2, let's say, and then you will be balancing this axis. So you will have to release this screw there, and then be really gentle and try to find the right balance. Okay, almost there. That's it already. You see, it's pretty easy, pretty fast. And then close it. Now you can close this little red block. Now we're going to focus on the third one, this one. Now you can release it, of course, and you're gonna unscrew this and try to find the balance again. Same way, it's always the same technique actually. In this case, left to right. And you're gonna see, you're gonna find the balance pretty easily. Almost there. Okay, good to go. Screw it back. Close the little lock again, and then release the one on the bottom. This I will not be able to show you because I need to tilt the crane completely, but you have to unscrew it and then move front back with the system and try to find the balance once again. And so you can unlock everything now, and the crane is ready to go. So you have seen, it's pretty easy. So here some really first test I did with the Crane 3. It was in Barcelona at the Parc Güell, and there was a band playing and dancing, flamenco, pretty typical dance. And of course the crane this time will be extremely convenient to go really low with the camera and go all the way up in one smooth move. This is really cool. And now I'm going to illustrate what I was saying before. I did actually set my camera the way I just showed you, but while I was shooting I did sometimes change the focal length by passing from 24 or 50 up to 105 millimeter like this, and then you see that you can see the pressure I was making on the zoom lens, because you can see the image tilting right slightly, but then right after that the camera goes back to normal position. So pretty impressive. What is also really interesting is that with this system you can make your camera go extremely low, basically like almost touching the ground, and it's super easy as you have this big handle on your hand, and you can carry your system like if you were carrying a bag or a suitcase, something like that. It's super easy and it stays still. It will follow your movement if you want to, like left to right and everything. And this is typically the kind of shot you'll be able to do with a gimbal, like literally floating with your camera around your subject. That goes extremely smooth. So while I was in Barcelona for the big event with Panasonic, I've been able to do this very first test I did with the Crane 3. So I was not really ready to handle correctly, let's say, but it was okay. And what you're gonna see now is exactly what I told you. I was working with the 24 to 105, and as I was still testing the S1 there, I then did shot this Full HD instead of 4K. But another thing that is really interesting with the gimbal when you are one-man band is that you can like go into a frame like this one and then step into another frame. Okay, you can like punch in, boom, I step into the frame, and you don't have to set any tripod or anything, you're ready to go. This is something I really like when I'm working with a gimbal, is to be able to have a really steady shot without needing to set up a tripod or anything. Alright, I'm into this frame now, and then super quick I step into another frame there, focusing into his leg work and feet.
So believe it or not, but while I was recording the scene, my son and my wife were on the room next door. He was eating his Baptiste, my son, 1 year old, and it wasn't really easy. I wanted to record this morning, but it wasn't that easy with him, screaming from time to time. So this is the behind the scene a little bit.